Hi everyone, it looks like we're live. I would like to thank everyone for hanging in there. We had some technical difficulties, which is okay. It happens in a show business, but we are all here. We're all ready. And what I'm going to do very quickly is I want to introduce everyone. My name is Tangy, and I'm the founder of Urban Rascals Online Television Network and Productions. And I'm also the producer for the production that we have coming up. What I realize is whenever we speak, wherever there's noise, that's where the camera's going to focus. So if everyone could mute themselves, all of my panelists, if you could put yourself on mute, and then when it's your turn to talk, what's going to happen is you're going to take yourself off mute. So can I have everyone put themselves on mute quickly? Oh, I see we have Danny. Hi, Danny.
Hi, Tangy.
Okay. Let me have you put yourself on mute.
Okay.
Cliff, let me have you put yourself on mute. Okay, and then let's have Cody put himself on mute as well. Okay. All right, perfect. So I'm not sure if you guys can see me. It's okay. What we're going to do very quickly is I'm going to introduce the host that we have, and I'm going to let the host take it from here on out. So the host is Camille. So Camille, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You can take yourself off of mute. And for some reason, we're seeing a whole lot of Cliff. But it's okay. So I'm going to let Camille start.
Hi everyone, I'm Camille Paddock. I'm 16 years old today and I live in Illinois. And before we get started, I just want to share with you guys what Urban Rascals stands for, which is community and family. And it also represents diversity. Urban Rascals consists of all different colors, ages, and genders. We represent unity and equality. Urban Rascals also represents breaking social barriers and empowerment. We understand we work on improving ourselves. Everything around us has a capability to improve. Let's hear from the crew about the upcoming series. I have a question for the writers. Can you tell us your name and what it was like writing some of the action scenes?
Okay, so Trevor and Ryan, are you there?
Yep.
All right.
I'll nose dive into that one. I'm Trevor Donaldson. I'm a writer for a new production, and happy to be on board with that. Writing the action scenes, I visualize it in my head, and sometimes I have little action figures, so I kind of act it out with the action figures, I guess you could say a little bit. So I have fun with it. What would I like to do if I was 10 years old? Boy, I tell you, there's a ton of cool things I could do. So it's not just up here. It's also playing with toys. So that's how I work on the action scenes, and that's how much fun it is.
That's great. Would you like to share with us, Ryan? Are we able to hear from Ryan?
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, what I do with action is we live in the middle of these 6-acre country, and these trails pass, and I'll go for and I'll play out the action.
We're having a little difficulty hearing you. Is anyone else having difficulty hearing him?
You guys hear me now?
Okay. Yes.
I was just saying we have all these trails and paths that go to the woods around our house, and I like to go for walks, and I'll play out these scenes in my head, and I'm the character's time. Just have fun with it, the villain, the hero, and see how that works, and I'll come back and write.
Okay. So we're still having, it's going in and out. I'm not sure if it's me. Can everyone hear him? If you can hear him, give him a thumbs up. If you can't, just a thumbs down as far as we're having difficulty hearing him. And it's not coming just from my end. Can you guys hear him over there? Okay? Okay. All right. So I think the gist of it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was he actually would take a walk in the woods, and there's a lot of things out there that would help him create the different action scenes. I think that's what I heard, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So what else do we have, Camille? Is there anything else that you wanted to share with us, or any questions that you have for anyone else?
I also actually have a question for the director. Can you tell us your name? But before you start, I would like to know, what does a director do on set?
Okay, sorry, I got kicked out for a little bit, so I just came back. And it's funny that, the second I came back, you're asking the question. So, okay, my name's Danny Holguin. And a director basically oversees the whole production. I think it's the visionary in a production. Basically guides everybody. Guides the actors, cameraman, the whole production into the right direction, and in order to so they can accomplish a particular vision, a special vision for the project.
Fantastic. You have anything else that you wanted to ask, Camille?
Yes, I do. So from what I'm understanding, this is a sci-fiction action movie for us teens and for some kids as well. And Tangy told me that it has some live action and animation. So I would just like to hear from the animator and the associate producer. Can you tell everyone why you are so excited to work on a series like this?
Oh, we can't hear Cliff. Can you hear Cliff?
I think we lost him.
Cliff, we can't, for some reason, we can't hear you. Cody, you want to jump in for now? Yeah, we can't hear Cody or Cliff. So what I'll do is I'll answer the question as a producer, and why it was so exciting for me to actually create something like this. And the reason being is I felt like there's a market out there that's not tapped, there's a market out there that doesn't touch on diversity, that doesn't touch on family and all of the above. And not only that, I really wanted something to empower kids and teens, and to actually teach them about science, and to teach them how our thoughts create our reality. So I just wanted to kind of jump in before Cody had the opportunity to actually share why he's excited to work on the project.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Okay, good. Yeah, I will just kind of piggyback off of what Tangy said. I think it's a really exciting project that definitely touches on a lot of areas in which young teens and young kids today aren't able to see in their traditional television watching. It definitely touches a lot on specifically, I think, the educational piece. It's fun to learn, as well as I think that the social aspect of the series as well is really fun. It gives kids a whole new outlet, a whole new outlook on loving education, on being able to see other people aside from the typical bully standpoint or anything like that. So Tangy kind of hit it all, but just wanted to chime in.
And I think we're able to hear Cliff now. So Cliff, would you like Camilla to ask the question again, or did you hear the question?
I heard the question. I'm not sure if you hear me or even see me.
Now we can hear and see you. So we would love to hear what you think.
Okay, I'm getting a little bit of technical difficulties on my end, like twitchy back and forth, but if I cut out, that's basically what it is. But yeah, I heard the question, and the reason why Well, basically, what I can actually bring to the table in regards to animation is to give the story another dynamic that you pretty much wouldn't normally see in a story like this. You would typically see it done in like a Disney animation kind of a way, where me and my guys, we kind of do things a little bit more avant-garde. And from what Tangy was trying to explain to me the other couple of weeks back, that's not what she's looking for. And so therefore, I'm glad she hired me, Another reason why, I find that the project rather interesting is simply because of the fact that, in all honesty, I can relate to the characters in the story. I'm Haitian American. My wife is Chile, from Santiago, Chile, and we have 2 kids together. And I know that, and my son and my daughter, they both go to a school where the students in the school are of all cultures, and they come from all parts of the world, from Africa and Guyana and to Switzerland and Germany and parts of Asia. So they're exposed to a lot of different cultures. And to be part of something like this, it screams home to me. So I find it's just normal. For me, it's just completely normal. The one thing that I hope is that eventually this story becomes a great success, for the simple fact that I believe a lot of people need to be exposed to cultures and languages and the way other people live and how they communicate with one another. Like I was speaking with Trevor, it's surprising how you'll have 2 cultures that know nothing of one another, but for some odd reason, all of their differences come crashing down off because they shared a plate of food. So yeah, that's mainly why I'm excited about being part of this project.
Perfect. Well put. Well put. And it's interesting. The questions that you're asking, Camille, they're great questions. And I don't know if all of you know Camille's story and her background and where she comes from. So first off, happy birthday. We're going to sing happy birthday at the end. But I would love Camille just to tell us a little bit more about her. But before we do that, Angel, can you hear us? No, she can't hear us. Okay. Camille, I would love for you to share your story. If you feel moved to share with us, please do share with us and tell us a little bit about your background and you as the host.
I will just go ahead and share a little bit of my story. So when I was in the 4th grade, I discovered that I had alopecia areata, which is an autoimmune disease that causes hair loss. And I started to be bullied about it, and I was bullied all the way from the 4th grade up until 8th grade. I was called horrible names, harassed over Facebook, harassed over phone calls. I was being threatened to be beat up. It got really bad, and it got to the point where I was actually suicidal. But then I decided to stop being the victim and to stand up for myself and for all the other kids who are being bullied too and maybe aren't as strong enough to stand up and say something to their bullies. So I created an anti-bullying organization, which is called CAMILLE Dare to Be Different, and I have a Facebook page, and I now have over 3,000 likes, and in a few days it'll be my 2nd year of having CAMILLE Dare to Be Different.
That's great.
Awesome.
And I just see, that's what Urban Rascals is. It's people like Camille who's out there, who's taking action, who's empowered, who takes a situation, like they say, take lemons and make lemonade. And she made more than lemonade. She made lemon pie and everything else to go with it. So I want to just give you a round of applause and stay empowered. And Urban Rascals is here for you. I'm here for you. And I'm sure everyone that's on the panel is also here for you as well. I just want to know if there's any closing remarks from the panelists, and then we're going to go back to Camille. Is there anything else anyone wants to share within the next minute or so?
Well, Tangy, when I read the script, it takes me back. I can relate too, because when I was a kid, you know, I went through a whole bunch of stuff. You know, my parents divorced. I was asthmatic. I had acute asthma, and I was in and out of hospitals throughout my, you know, early childhood. And you know, my only escape, if I could say it like that, was, you know, hanging out with my friends and having a new adventure every day. So the script took me back to those little adventures, and you know, I think it's gonna be magical. It's gonna be awesome. We have I'm honored to be part of this project, and I think we have a very talented crew. So I think it's gonna be great.
Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Anyone else? I saw someone next to Ryan. Was that your daughter?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
my baby girl.
How adorable. I think Cliff wanted to share
Thank you.
something. Oh, we can't hear you though. All right, so what I want to do is I want to definitely close out the call, and I want to thank everyone. But before we do that, oh, there's Cliff. Before we do that, I wanted to take the time out to sing happy birthday to Camille. Today's her 16th birthday, right? 16th. Right, Camille?
Yep.
So let's just do a big happy birthday. Let's start now. Yay. Okay, ready? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I want to thank everyone before we wrap it up. I want to thank everyone for watching, for being supportive. I want to give a shout out. This is my time to give a shout out. And I would love to give a shout out to my parents who are very supportive. My parents, Vicky and Shimmy and Frederick, I love you with all of my heart. To my nieces and nephews and to my brothers, love you guys dearly. Also want to give a shout out to the mom and pop shop. Thank you so much for your support. Give a shout out to Charlie and Ethan and Tamara. They're actually going to be our hosts on the next Hangout, and hopefully Camille and Angel will join us as well. And a small portion of our watchers are actually aspiring actors. I want to let you guys know to keep your head up, keep moving forward, and outside of the Urban Rascals online television network, we also have a company that helps market aspiring actors. So if you're looking to get help in any way whatsoever, we actually have a pre-kit that you can order that's the actor's quick guide to help launching your acting career. It's a list of producers and casting directors. There's also an animated piece that Urban Rascals put together for aspiring actors. So pre-order your kit today. If you're interested, go to staff, S-T-A-F-F, at advantage4actors.com. And before I close it out, I want to actually give it to Cody. Cody, is there anything else that you want to share with us or tell the audience?
Yeah, I just want to remind everyone to definitely like the Urban Rascals Facebook page. It's just, you just type in Urban Rascals, and it's going to pop up Urban Rascals LLC. We're going to take the LLC part off, but that is our page. If you can like it, share the page with your friends. There will be a lot of new and exciting content that we're going to be posting, and stay up to date on new projects that we're working on.
Fantastic. Well, I want everyone to give someone a shout out. We're going to go around the whole panel and just give one person a shout out. So we'll start with you, Cody.
I want to shout out my mom. She, I don't know if she's watching now, but just want to shout her out.
Okay. Trevor?
I give a shout out to my daughter, Haley. Haley, I love you, honey, and you're a phenomenal young lady, and you're very smart, and I'm very proud of you.
Fantastic. Ryan?
A shout out to my wife. She is my biggest supporter, and she's 51% of everything I do.
Wow. Perfect. Danny?
All right. Shout out to my mom in Switzerland, all the way in Switzerland. My stepfather Freddie, my brother Alex, his wife Grace, and my girlfriend Tati.
Fantastic. Cliff?
I'd like to give a shout out to my mother and my father-in-law. I know they're watching over me, and definitely to my wife and my kids, because without them, I'd be a shell of a man.
Okay, and Camille, take it home.
I would like to give a shout out to my mom for always being there for me and always being my number one.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank everyone. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. We will have another Google Hangout next Sunday, so I look forward to seeing the whole I would like to thank all of the panelists. I feel truly blessed to have everyone to be a part of this team. So thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Sunday.
All right, Cody. You can stop the Hangout.